Hello and welcome to Tie-Dye Umbrella. So, from the name alone, you can tell that this month we're doing Tie-Dye Umbrella. Now, I have done quite a bit of mine. As you can tell, this is going to take some time. Do not be afraid to take your time and actually devote to a design. Otherwise, you might do something like what I tried my first time with the polka dots. These are supposed to all blend together and become a beautiful tie-dye, and it didn't. So, please make sure you take your time. Please make sure you use a lot of color. Even though the bars, I also tried a second swatch here. I don't know if you can see. It kind of tie-dyed and kind of didn't. So also, if you're gonna do a design, do a design. If you wanna just do layers of colors or swirls or any kind of pattern, you can do that. It will actually stay. Just make sure you're using Sharpie or an alcohol-based ink. That is primary. You need alcohol-based because what we're doing is using rubbing alcohol to bleed out that ink. That's how we're gonna get our tie-dye effect. All right, so you be as individual with your umbrella as you want to be. It is your project, make it your identity. I personally today am going to make a wave pattern on my last panel. All right. So I have my colors right next to me, already laid out. I know that there seem like a lot of colors, but you only use as many as you want. Like I said today, I'm making a wave pattern. Now personally, I like to start with the lighter colors towards the top and the darker ones towards the bottom, especially since we're going to be trying to bleed the ink out. If you use a dark one towards the top and a light one towards the bottom, you're gonna muddy up that light color with the dark ink that runs down. So, me personally for a wave pattern, all I do is I take my marker and I go up, draw a little crest, come down, go up, draw a little crest, come down, and a third time. And because it's super light, let's get up close and personal. There you see my little wave pattern. I like to outline where my colors are going to go. So I move progressively into slightly darker and darker colors because it is a wave pattern and kind of an ocean water theme. I'm gonna move next to a slightly darker green and again go up and down and up and down, up, curved, like that. So it's gonna look a little bit like serrated teeth, but that's just the crests of the waves, okay? And then we go in with our another green. We go in with our lighter blue. And then our darker blue. All right, and then finally, we're gonna go with our deepest, darkest blue. We're gonna do those final crests. Okay, so my pattern looks something a little bit like this. And then we're gonna go in and we're gonna color them in so that they look nice and colorful, just like the rest of the umbrella. Okay? So I'll see you in a minute when I'm done coloring. Hi, and as you can see, our wave pattern is really coming together. We've got one little crest left to do. And then, once we color this in, we will spray down with some rubbing alcohol. Now, when it comes to the bottom, it can get a little tricky because it's got a lot more give than up here at the top. So what I like to do is I like to pinch it with my thumb and my hand like this, and then use my hand flat like a flat palm to support underneath. Yes, you're gonna get some marker on your hands, but the nice thing is it does wash off and you will be fine. And that's kind of the fun of it. Sometimes it's fun to get, you know, messy, have a fun time being creative. All right, so filled in our last little crust. Whoop, there we are. There's our lovely wave pattern that we've got going up. And let's spray it down and get tie-dye. Hi, all right. Now, what you're gonna need is your spray bottle filled with isopropanol alcohol, that is rubbing alcohol. This one is specifically 91%. All right, and you're gonna lay out some cardboard because if you can tell from one of my first experiments, it will stain. So we don't wanna stain carpet or hardwood floors that are expensive. We wanna be safe. So cardboard, newspaper, or even better yet, outside where the rain will wash it away. So we're gonna take this and then we're just gonna spray. And do not be afraid, you are gonna use a bunch. Just coat it. And it will start to actually blend. Yes, it is gonna take some time, and depending on the way it is tilted is entirely dependent on how it will bleed. But just spray it down and spray it down. There we go. Now we're starting to see some stuff. Make sure at all times you hold your bottle upright because that will increase the amount you can spray. Just coat it down. Whew, it's a hand workout. And as we can see, things are starting to blend in, blend together. And that's what we want to see. Ooh, this one's coming out really neat. That one's looking really cool. All right, things are starting to move, things are starting to bleed and blend. Taking breaks every so often is not a bad idea. Your finger will start to get a little bit of an indent in it if you spray too much. Switching hands is always fine. Just pretty much anything you can do to just make sure it gets nice and thoroughly saturated so that it all starts to blend together, but while still being their own individual colors. Yeah, you're gonna go through most of your bottle of spray, so don't be afraid. All right, have fun. Do your own designs, get creative, be inventive. That's all the fun. And make sure you protect the floor because you do not want to stain your parents' floor. Trust me, you do not want to stain your parents' floor. All right. Well, I hope you all have a great time and get super creative and inventive with your umbrellas. And I'll see you all next month for Honey Be Kind to Your Skin lotion bars. All right, have a good night.